Do you know what the first video game Easter egg was? Let me tell you. Easter eggs have been around for a while, right? I've talked about them on this channel, from nods to other video games to even a little wink towards the audience. But did you know that Easter eggs actually started as a really angry thing? Let me explain. So back in the 70s, when Atari was the biggest company out there, video games were more of an experiment. It wasn't this big AAA thing that we see now. So things were done in a little bit of a different way. So when video games were brand new, the way you would get a video game out there was to pitch an idea to a company like Atari. And then either you or a small crew of 2 or 3 people would then have to make the video game from beginning to end. But there was one catch. Atari didn't want to give credit to any developers. They wanted to just show up as an Atari game. And so a young developer named Warren Robinett came up with this idea. He had played a text adventure game called Adventure, and he wanted to make his own version with actual graphics. And once he pitched it to Atari, they loved it. So he began to work. Once the game was done, it was released. But one day, Atari got a letter in the mail from a little boy, and the letter said basically this. The boy had been playing the video game, and he had a question about one of the rooms that he had found. He describes what he did, picked up certain items, and used them in a certain room, which opened up a new area. And when he went inside, he wondered why there was a room that said Warren Robinett. And that's how Atari found out what Warren had done. Because it turns out that when Warren was reminded that he wasn't going to get credit for the game, he decided to give Atari a big FU by putting his name in the video game in a secret room that you could only access by doing certain things. And the kicker is that Warren wasn't even the one that coined it an Easter egg. He just did it because he was angry and he quit immediately. But somebody else saw this idea, thought it was really clever, and thought that everybody should implement something like that because it would be like hunting Easter eggs, a little surprise that you find hidden in places that you don't expect.